Hey, like Muhammad Ali says, the will got to be stronger than the skills. Today wasn't about skills. Today was about will strength. And I knew the type of fighter I was fighting. This guy's a triathlon athlete, for crying out loud. And if I was tired, I knew he was more tired because I worked very hard for this. He's never been 12 rounds before. So we knew we had to break him down. Body shots were hurting him. But this is what it's all about, fighting the best. This is the fight game. You know, this is what we signed for.
The boxing scene has been rocked by stunning news. Teofimo Lopez has reportedly decided to step away from the sport right after a crushing defeat to Shakur Stevenson at Madison Square Garden. What was expected to be a career-defining showcase instead became one of the most emotional nights fans have witnessed in years. Shortly after the bout ended, Lopez revealed in a post-fight conversation that he plans to leave boxing immediately. The announcement came just hours after the loss, inside the same arena packed with thousands of spectators. Sitting down with visible disappointment and heavy emotion, he delivered words that instantly sent shockwaves across the fight world.
You can't tell me I'm not great. You cannot tell me I'm not the double greatest since Muhammad Ali. This is what I do. This is what I do best. Now, just to steer it up, I might retire after this. Retirement, man. I'm kind of tired.
Speaking with raw honesty, Teofimo said he has reached his limit, explaining that he poured everything into the match and still came up short. He added that continuing would only hurt both himself and those closest to him, calling this outing his final appearance. Nobody in the building or watching from home expected such a sudden declaration from a former world champion. Online platforms lit up within minutes, with reactions ranging from disbelief to heartbreak. Before diving deeper into what this possible retirement means, it's important to understand what unfolded in the ring. A performance by Shakur Stevenson that demonstrated elite-level skill and control.
Millions if you could make hundreds.
Of millions?
Yeah.
You believe you can make hundreds of millions outside of boxing?
I believe so, yes, I do.
Well, I understand where you would get your confidence.
From the very first round, Stevenson dictated how the fight would be fought, managing range, tempo, and positioning with surgical precision. His defense and ring awareness consistently disrupted Lopez's rhythm. Teofimo tried to apply pressure early, launching aggressive attacks and hunting for powerful connections, just as his camp predicted during fight week. But Stevenson repeatedly made him miss and answered with sharp counters that caught the judge's attention. By the fourth round, frustration was written all over Lopez's movements, as every strategy seemed to fall apart against Shakur's tactical mastery.
I'm very happy. The name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me. So it's a great performance for me. I'm happy with it.
People seated near the ring reported that Lopez's corner kept urging him to stay composed and avoid reckless charges. The sixth round proved especially punishing when Stevenson fired off a clean multi-punch sequence that visibly shook Teofimo and forced him into survival mode along the ropes. The crowd roared as Shakur pressed forward aggressively, showing a finishing instinct critics once claimed he lacked. Lopez managed to endure the round, but the damage was obvious on his face, and his expression suggested he had no clear solution. Rounds 7 through 9 were largely one-way traffic, with Stevenson operating confidently and making Lopez appear outmatched.
Well, Shakur, congratulations. Biggest fight of your career, you come up with looked like the finest performance of your career. Was that the performance you were looking for?
Nah, I came in here to prove a point. It wasn't the performance I was looking for because I came in here trying to prove a point. I was trying to.
Whenever Lopez attempted to build momentum, Stevenson neutralized him with timing, footwork, and pinpoint counters that chipped away at both points and morale. One observer compared it to a grandmaster facing a beginner, with Shakur constantly thinking several moves ahead. In the 10th, Teofimo launched one last all-out effort, swinging with urgency in hopes of changing the outcome with a single decisive blow. He landed a few solid shots that briefly energized the arena, but Stevenson quickly regained control and responded with combinations of his own. The championship rounds were difficult for Lopez supporters to watch, as their fighter seemed drained in both body and spirit, while Shakur closed the show calmly.
My opponent was a hell of an opponent. He came here, he pushed me to another level. He made me make adjustments in there, he made me think a little bit. And I had to show y'all that I'm a dog too. Y'all keep saying that I'm a runner I'm pillow fisted, so I kind of stood there in the pocket.
When the final bell sounded, the result felt obvious to nearly everyone in attendance, and Lopez's devastated expression confirmed he knew it too. The judges returned wide score totals, all favoring Stevenson, reflecting a bout that was far more one-sided than competitive. Shakur celebrated with his team, while Teofimo remained in his corner, absorbing the reality of a tough defeat on a major stage.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, it was a great performance, man. He came in with a game plan. He didn't let up.
The quick in-ring interview afterward felt tense and restrained, with Lopez offering minimal responses and eager to exit the spotlight. But backstage, in a longer media session, the emotional weight truly surfaced. Still marked from the fight, he spoke more openly than fans are used to hearing. He acknowledged Stevenson's superiority on the night and praised his execution. That humility surprised many viewers who associate Lopez with bold confidence and outspoken self-belief even after setbacks.
But Teofimo Lopez said, listen, everyone knows I won this fight. 90% of the people here were cheering for Lopez coming in. They all booed him after he said that.
As the conversation shifted toward his future, his voice grew heavier. He reflected on dedicating his entire life to boxing, from childhood through adulthood, sacrificing personal time, relationships, and physical well-being. He described years of punishing camps and non-stop grind. Lopez admitted he always believed he could beat anyone at his peak, but this fight forced him to confront a harsher reality. Hearing him openly question his own limits was difficult for longtime supporters who followed his rise.
Didn't shock me. By the way, I don't think he was badly hurt with the first knock. I think what he was more hurt by was realizing this little motherfucker's coming out there and winning round after round, outlanding him. He knew by the middle of that fight he had to turn something around. And by the way, he gave it a little bit more early in the second half of the fight.
When asked whether retirement talk was just emotional fallout or a firm decision at only 27 years old, Lopez answered directly and without hesitation. He said he is stepping away, calling this bout his final chapter, adding that his priorities must now shift to family and long-term health. The room fell silent as reporters processed the statement, and the interviewer appeared stunned. Almost instantly, reaction posts flooded every major social platform as fans worldwide responded.
If Tio is Gordo and not just coming in trying to hammer damage, if he's Gordo, you got something going. There's going to be a lot of IQ up in there. Yo, I mean, which one of the two beat Loma? Which one of the two beat Josh Tate?
Some supporters insisted he was speaking from heartbreak and would eventually return after time to recover mentally. Others shared emotional messages, thanking him for unforgettable moments in the ring, if this truly marks the end. Debate erupted over whether the decision is permanent or a reaction to a painful night. Analysts quickly joined the discussion, with several urging patience and reflection before locking in such a life-changing call.
Teofimo Lopez, from a degree, he does have a high boxing IQ as well. He does. I mean, he was able to deal with Lomachenko. He was able to deal with Taylor and other guys. You know, he does possess a high boxing IQ. He has that explosiveness or that elite athleticism.
Veteran trainers and experts also weighed in, arguing that a fighter so young still has many prime years available. Yet individuals close to Lopez revealed that retirement had been mentioned privately before the match, especially if the result went badly. According to one insider, he invested everything into this camp and mentally prepared for the possibility of walking away. That context suggests the announcement may not be purely emotional. Lopez also spoke about the long-term wear and tear the sport has placed on his body through amateur and pro years.
But I'm leaning towards Teofimo.
Okay.
Just because I like him. I like him more. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay. And then
He described constant pain in his hands, back, and head, saying his body feels far older than his actual age due to accumulated punishment. These concerns highlight realities many fighters experience, but rarely discuss publicly while active. Growing awareness of brain health and chronic injury has changed how younger athletes view career longevity. Lopez emphasized wanting to remain present and healthy for his son, questioning the value of titles if they come at the cost of missing family life and memories.
he was the world champion.
There is no comparison to Shakur's style and my son's style.
Yeah.
My son is more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? He has more, how you call it? He has more,
There's that it factor.
what do you call it when you have a lot of,
The atmosphere in the room was heavy, affecting even seasoned reporters. Lopez's father and longtime trainer appeared emotional nearby and declined to speak. Their partnership has always been intense and complicated, tied to both triumphs and struggles throughout his journey. Meanwhile, Stevenson, during his own victory media rounds, responded respectfully to the news, saying he supports whatever choice Lopez makes and acknowledging his toughness as a competitor. The sportsmanship contrasted with the heated pre-fight talk and reminded viewers of the mutual respect fighters share.
Granddad is focused. I'm focused. We all locked in on the task, but Teofimo Sr. is nowhere to be found. Last night he was in the lobby, drugged out, head over heels.
I don't gotta worry about that. You focusing on me, B.
Right now,
Yes, you is.
he's emotional.
Yes, you is.
That's why he acting
That's why
like
you clowning.
As the story spread, more fighters and boxing figures shared supportive messages praising Lopez's courage and accomplishments. Former rivals and current champions alike expressed respect and gratitude for what he has contributed to the sport. Promoters also advise caution, noting that decisions made immediately after devastating losses are sometimes reversed once emotions settle and perspective returns.
He said he's the last fight with ESPN. Well, he's in no position to say that because Top Rank has an exclusive deal with ESPN, and he'll fight with whatever network we want to put the fight on.
Boxing history is filled with examples of fighters announcing retirement in the heat of disappointment and later returning for another run. Still, many observers feel this situation carries a different tone because of Lopez's emotional delivery and visible pain. Conversations have already begun about how his career will be judged if this truly is the end. His record includes major wins over elite opponents and performances that showcased explosive talent and star-level ability.
Still, the WBC lose for him.
At the same time, inconsistency and motivational swings limited how far he ultimately climbed. If he truly exits now, the sport loses a gifted yet unpredictable figure who never fully realized his ceiling. The coming weeks will be critical as he reflects, heals, and decides whether this choice stands. For now, the boxing community waits to see whether this is a final goodbye or simply another dramatic turn in an already turbulent career. Stay tuned for more verified boxing updates and subscribe for continued coverage of the biggest stories in the fight world.